Hello. Okay. Alright, hello everyone. How are you guys doing? If you guys are doing well on this, what's a Tuesday, lovely Tuesday. I imagine most of you guys are having lunch by now. So hopefully you guys are having a lovely lunch. Alright, I guess I'll get started with this. So, welcome everyone to I think it's round 6 of season 3, tier 3 of SSL. We are here in the lovely Dubai, Abu Dhabi, the Yas Marina circuit. And we have 9 drivers today, so not a really big grid. And it should hopefully provide for some close racing today. So we will go down through the grid. So in P9 we've got L Bird. I think I said Bird. I hope I say it right. I suck with pronouncing names correctly. So if I do say your name correctly, I do apologize, but I will call you Bird. Or, yeah, Bird. Alright, in the new Porsche on the soft tires, in P8 we have BPR. In the Ferrari 458 on the soft tires. P7 we have Z3 on the soft tires. In P6 we have Tanuki in that very yellow Citroen on medium tires. The first medium runner so far. In P5 we've got Paulish, also in that Porsche on medium tires. In P4 we have Mr. Belder on soft tires. In P3 we have Dr. Boxes on soft tires also. P2 we have Disgusting Banana on medium tires, and in pole position we have Mr. El Rhino on the medium tires. But anyway, I will start the replay. Hope the volume isn't too bad. Approaching the grid, the lights are on, the lights are out, and away we go. Lovely. Everybody looking like I have a decent start. Tanuki already making a move on Paulish with that amazing Citroen acceleration. Except for that, everybody's staying nice and organised. Dr. Box is right up behind Disgusting Banana, and Balder is also right behind him. Balder choosing to go for the outside line, but just stays out of it. Not choosing to play a bit more safe. It is lap 1. You don't want to make any unnecessary moves. But Al Rhino still in P1 for a pretty nice gap. Dr. Boxers in the background is really close to Disgusting Banana on this back straight. How close will he go before he decides to make a move? He has a look, pulls alongside, but Banana outbreaks Dr. Boxers and keeps a position. But Dr. Boxers will try to come back on the second back straight. But Mercedes Power, he's catching and catching. Will he go for it? Will he send it? He has a look, but just stays behind for now. But Banana goes a bit wide, and Dr. Boxers goes to the inside line. They're side by side. Does Dr. Boxers have a position? Disgusting Banana has the inside line though, and will keep P2 for now. But Dr. Boxers with a daring switchback move, allowing Balder to have a look again. But just everyone keeping their position at the moment. Dr. Boxers is looking very racy. He wants to get past Disgusting Banana. The lovely IndyCar track limits here at Abu Dhabi. Hello Gru, how you doing mate? As I go down, starting lap 2. Polish has caught up to the rear end of Tanuki as well. We're kind of at a point where the race is a slipstream, sort of like a slipstream train. But Z3 looks like he has a nice exit. Yeah, no worries. At least it keeps you entertained while doing your work. Something for you to watch. Right, where was I? Dr. Boxers. Really close to Disgusting Banana. The closest he's probably been. He goes for the gap on the inside line. Down to this very fast left-hander. Will Banana try and hang round the outside? But Dr. Boxers gets the move done. Very nicely done there by Dr. Boxers, as he will now try and push to catch our Rhino. Oh, I see in the background. I see Balder has just hit the barrier. What has happened here for poor Balder? Let's see here. He just loses on the braking. Brake balance, brake bias a bit too far back. Almost collects everyone and will fall down to last place. Unfortunate. He was just arriving on the scene with Dr. Boxers and Banana. This season, Balder has struggled just getting involved in unfortunate incidents, but has had good pace. Hopefully he will have a decent comeback. But we'll go forward again. There is a bollard in the road. Dr. Boxers is pushing. Dr. Boxers is really, really racy. He looks really racy today. Right behind El Rhino. Japanese V8 power versus German V8 power. Just looks like Dr. Boxers might have had a bit of a better exit than El Rhino. They go onto the back straight, we'll ride on board with Dr. Boxers to see how he tries to make this move stick. He is catching and catching. He pulls out to the inside, but El Rhino is a bit better on the brakes, but Dr. Boxers will try to have a better exit. And it looks like he does have that better exit and is right behind El Rhino on his rear bumper, pulls to the left hand side. to the inside of the next corner. They are side by side. How will El Rhino try and defend this? But it looks like Dr. Boxes might have had the move done before the braking even starts. Good move there by Dr. Boxes. He will not just try to create a bit of a gap and run away on that soft tyre. As you see, BPR has had missed a few overtakes here. Or was he always in 5th? No, I think he was just always in 5th. Alright, but BPR is pushing to catch Tanuki. Obviously Tanuki on that medium tyre. We'll just try and defend. Damage limitation on this soft tyre at the moment. But BPR, that traction so much better on that soft tyre. Now going through this very beautiful section. Such a beautiful track, this, I really love it. DPR flashing his lights, trying to distract Tanuki. But Tanuki is looking calm under pressure. Tanuki going a bit wide there. Should maybe be lucky enough not to get a penalty. Doesn't look like he has. This track's penalty system for track limits is crazy stupid, but I won't complain. Just looks like BPR's halt has started to... He's not catching as much. Tanuki is really picking up the pace now on that medium tyre. I imagine the softs still look pretty okay. Ooh, has a big slide on the exit. Tokyo drifting it through that chicane. I see what has happened to Al Bird. Oh, again, that happened a while ago. What has happened here? Oh, does he just lose it on acceleration? Oh, on the curb. That's unfortunate. I've done that many times. Take that curb a bit too wrong, and it just spits you out into the barrier. Unfortunate there for Bird. Bit more. Yeah, about, yeah. Alright, just looks like Dr. Box is creating a bit of a gap, but those soft tyres are starting to go. Wonder how long they will last before he will decide to pit. And I've accidentally paused, sorry. The race has started to settle down. Some just lovely gaps forming. This is where strategy will play a big hand in this race. The top three have absolutely run away at this part of the race, creating a lovely gap there from Tanuki. BPR is still catching, still pushing, sets his personal best lap. Lap time wise, they're doing about the same, but BPR did do a better lap on lap 4. He is pushing, he is catching, but Tanuki is very calm under pressure. I also see Paulish in the background is catching Z3. Interesting, the medium tyre runners are starting to catch the soft tyres. But Z3 might have made a mistake. It's because his tyres don't look half bad. But Polish will try to capitalize on every little mistake that is made. Also in front, BPR is side by side with Tanuki. They make contact under braking again. Touching. Tanuki goes for the switchback, but BPR has the inside line. But Tanuki has that Citroen acceleration in the slipstream. Will you be able to regain this position? Going to that very fast left-hander. Wally Sender might be a bit too far back. He has a bit of a look. It looks like BPR will keep this position for now. Very nicely done there by BPR. But Tanuki on much fresher medium tyres. So the Polish did get past Z3. Where has this happened? We'll go on board with Polish here to see how this has happened. No, Z3 goes wide and loses time, allowing Polish to make an effortless pass. Very nicely done there. Ooh, BPR having a bit of a moment there. Tyres are starting to go, but they still look in decent condition. Discussing starting to drop back from the front runners. His tyres are in better condition than Orino's, but only slightly. The Lexus, it does kill that front tyre. Those front tyres. And it looks like he is catching Dr. Box's now. Dr. Box's front tyres aren't looking very healthy. He was really pushing, and that might have cost him here. El Rhino is now right back up behind him. Rhino in the slipstream. Just too far back to think of a move, but if he has a good exit here, just looks like they both have pretty equal exit. So Dr. Box is quite good at this back straight and that chicane, just being able to pull out a big enough gap for him to defend and not worry too much about El Rhino. Well, I'm sure that the pressure is starting to build. But how long will Dr. Boxes choose to stay out on that soft tyre? You can just see how much El Rhino is catching in these twisty corners. That front right tyre of Dr. Boxes isn't looking very nice. Does he choose to come in? He chooses to stay out for another lap. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays off, but he did pull a lovely gap on Dr. Boxes in that middle end sector. But those tyres aren't looking... Oh, he hits the wall there. Lucky not to get any major damage. But it does compromise his line, goes a bit wide. And El Rhino is really fast in those first few corners. Oh, Dr. Boxers goes a bit wide, and El Rhino has a way better exit. And El Rhino is catching in the slipstream. Will he pull out? Will Dr. Boxers choose to defend? El Rhino chooses to stay behind him for now, opting to go for the overtake on the second straight. Oh, but Dr. Boxers goes very wide, allowing El Rhino to pull right alongside him. But that Mercedes is really good in a straight line. El Rhino might have to defend here to keep this position. Dr. Boxers has a look. But El Rhino makes a move, stick into that long left-hander. I imagine we will see Dr. Boxes coming into the pit at the end of this lap. Doesn't want to lose too much time battling, especially when his tyres aren't in the best condition. But Alrano goes a bit wide on the entry, losing a bit of time. They're both softs are not looking great. Does he choose to come in? He does. Our first pit stopper of this race, Dr. Boxes, coming into the pit lane. Where will he come out? Now that's an interesting question. BPR also choosing to come into the pit lane, defending nicely from Tanuki and Polish. Go back to Dr. Boxes. Where will he come out? Very interesting pit lane here. Looks like he will come out in P6. And he switches to that medium tyre. And a bit of clean air, so hopefully he can try and make an undercut on El Rhino. Also see Balder come into the pit lane. Oh, Dr. Boxes overtook C3. I missed this. Oh, Z3 just... alright, yeah, no worries. Dr. Boxes on the exit of pit lane. Ooh, Polish and Tanuki. Medium versus medium. Tanuki trying to break that slipstream, but Polish doesn't want to move out of it. Ooh, Polish breaking very, very late there. Almost looked like he wasn't going to make the corner, but he has. Very nicely done. Now, the question is, how quickly will Dr. Boxes catch up to these guys, and how much will they hold him up? As he is approaching, and I imagine he'll start to feel the effects of the dirty air, which is not what he wants, as El Rhino is in lovely crystal clean air. But now the next question is, when will El Rhino decide to pit and change off of those medium tyres? Ooh, big moment for Dr. Boxes as he loses the rear end and goes into the barrier. Not again. Not again for Dr. Boxes. This has been so unfortunate, just losing the rear end on so many occasions. And this will definitely make for a very difficult race for him to get that win now. As Polish and Disgusting Banana are into the pit lane. Oh, as Dr. Boxes has a massive moment. Just saving it once again. And so unfortunate for Dr. Boxes. But the race is not over. There's still a total of, 7 laps to go. Anything can happen. It's never over until it's over. Oh, Disgusting Banana has a 3-second time penalty for crossing that pit line. The line on the exit or the entry of pit lane. Very unfortunate there. This will put him maybe... Dr. Boxes, will he be able to make the move done for a provisional P2, I believe? Just looks like Disgusting Banana has a big enough gap to not lose too much time. As we can see, Z3, ooh, Tanuki, half a second penalty for track limits. As El Rhino now comes into the pit lane to change, most likely to the soft tyre. Now, I imagine he will stay in P1, capitalizing when all of his opponents made mistakes. Exiting pit lane, disgusting banana, just coming around the final corner. Rhino right behind Tanuki on the exit. Will Rhino send it? How much will Tanuki decide to defend? Maybe just a bit of contact there. This should be an easy pass for El Rhino. Tanuki staying with that inside line. He will force El Rhino to go to the outside. But El Rhino stays a bit further back. He knows Tanuki has half a second penalty as Tanuki goes wide, just outbreaks himself and allows El Rhino to make an effortless pass and regain P1. There's Dr. Boxers I saw go for a move on BPR. I will want to rewatch that. This is a lovely battle. Alright, we'll go on board with Polish. Go inside with Polish. Dr. Boxers putting to the inside. BPR on the outside. In the braking, Polish gaining a loads amount of time. Dr. Boxers getting the move done, and BPR goes wide, allowing the Polish to pull side by side and ahead of him. But now BPR has that slipstream. He has that extra bit of speed. Will he be able to make the move? Just stays back. Loses 2 positions in 2 corners. A good move there from Dr. Boxers. Not all hope is lost, but he will have to rely on his opponents to make mistakes. But they are catching Banana. Banana is on that soft tyre, so I imagine he will run away with. As Tanuki now comes into the pit lane to be our final pit stopper, that has to make the pit stop. Where will Tanuki come out? Maybe just somewhere on BPR if he's lucky. It's going to be close. He might just have to. He might just fall behind them. Yeah, he does. Comes out in P6. Not too bad. On brand new soft tyres though, so he will be catching. We can count on it. As Albert also makes a pit stop. Langbalder back to P8. As now Banana has a half-second penalty for track limits. How do you guys manage to get half-second penalties for track limits? I've tried so hard, and I can't manage it. It's astounding. It just looks like Polish soft tyres versus medium tyres. He isn't letting Dr. Boxers run away with it just yet. He will do everything in his power to grasp that P3 as he goes for with the fastest middle sector of the race by a half second. He is really pushing. He knows this might be his only chance. Dr. Boxers, Polish gaining so much time on that soft tyre compared to the medium tyre. This is going to be a good scrap. How much will Dr. Boxers defend this position? Because they are catching Banana, but only slightly. How much pressure will Dr. Boxers be able to absorb? as Dr. Boxes and Polish goes a bit wide there. Should be fine though. Oh, Polish catching insane amount of time through the middle corner, but there's a bit of a compromised exit. Porsche versus Mercedes for the final position. Dr. Boxes weaving a bit, trying to break that slipstream, but Polish is catching so much under braking. What, 4 laps to go for the end of this race. How determined is Polish for that P3? Dr. Boxes putting in personal bests. But Polish is right behind. Dr. Boxes going a bit wide. Allowing Polish to catch ever so slightly, but he has a pretty decent exit. This is it's going. Polish is pushing so hard. Polish setting personal best in that last lap. Oh, Dr. Boxes is doing pretty similar pace on that medium tire. Just looks like the life of those softs are starting to fade. Oh, and Polish has half-second penalty. Will that be the end of his podium run? Boxes had a very squiggly exit, but so did Polish. But this might be the end of Polish's run for that P3, unless Dr. Boxes makes a mistake. Those medium tyres are only going to get faster compared to the soft tyres. As I also see, Tanuki is really close to VPR in the background. Goes for the inside, has a look, BPR not leaving much room. Tanuki has a look, BPR goes a bit wide, and that allows Tanuki to cut through underneath, but because BPR went wide, he has a bit of a better exit, but Tanuki has a Citroen. And is able to stay with him. He is really close. Medium tyres. There's Dr. Boxes. Oh, I've jinxed it. I've given the commentator's curse. What has happened to Dr. Boxes? Not again. Just loses it under acceleration. Oh, that is very, very sad. But that allows Polish to get to P3. But now we have a three-way battle for P4. Oh, BPR going very wide. Will he get a penalty? Doesn't look like it. But now Tanuki opting to go with that outside line, an unconventional choice. Doesn't need to move stick, but DPR looks like he is struggling for traction in that Ferrari. Tanuki having a little look, just too far back, but now he and BPR side by side once again. BPR on the inside line, Tanuki on the outside. Tanuki switches to the inside line. Does he make the move stick? BPR with a bit of a better exit. They make contact, bit of touching, but Tanuki still in the slipstream. BPR still has that P5, but also Dr. Boxes has a half-second penalty. How will this affect this battle? BPR doesn't choose to defend. Tanuki goes to the inside line. You imagine this will be an easy pass for Tanuki. Bit of contact made. But now, where will Dr. Boxes fall down to? Will Tanuki be able to make another overtake for P4? Tanuki with a really good run. Just looks like Dr. Boxes has a big enough gap. Ooh, BPR going very wide there. Just looked like he's struggling a bit for traction on those medium tyres. And Tanuki doing some very good racing there. Bit of rubbing. But very nicely done. I'll focus my attention a bit to this man. Has just completely run away with it. He's had a dominating season. A one-man band in that Lexus. Showing everyone that he is a force to be reckoned with. Making me scared for next season, actually. Disgusting Banana in P2 has had a pretty clean race, except for that 3-second penalty that he picked up for crossing the white line on the pit lane. Except for that, he has a pretty trouble-free race. Polish in P3, capitalizing on others' mistakes. Doing a very nice job. I don't think there's much happening now. Wait, what has happened to Dr. Boxes? I swear, what has happened now? Oh, does he bin it on the exit again? Oh, he hits the wall this time and goes into the barrier. No, man. So unfortunate for Dr. Boxes. The pace is there, but the car is just not doing what he wants it to. Just keeps losing it on acceleration. Unfortunate for Dr. Boxes. Doesn't look like much else is happening at this moment. Very quiet last few laps. If we run on board with our race leader, Al Rhino, who is very low on fuel. Should be fine. I'm going very wide there. But has had a very clean race. Zarano now will come across the line to start the final lap of Sprint 1. Just chilling. There's no other word to describe it. He's just so calm and collected. Doing a really nice job. Down to, I guess, what's this, turn 4 or 5? Turn 4. Slow on the apex. Much better. He has a very big gap to P2. He can play very safe. And coming down to the very fast left-hander. Only a few more corners to go. As Lexus has been a beast all season in Tier 3. A lovely livery to go with it. As he only has about 3 more corners to go. So now it comes down to the final corner. And on to the start-finish straight. To win sprint number 1 here in Abu Dhabi. Drifting it across the line. Disgusting Banana. Coming around the final corner as well. Just coming home in P2. And Polish keeping it clean throughout the whole race. In P3 to finish off the podium. Tanuki in P4 doing very well. There's Dr. Boxers in P5. Looks like he did overtake BPR on that last lap. Home in P5, unfortunate for Dr. Boxers. BPR comes home in P6. We have Z3 now. Coming across the line in P7. And Balder. Poor old Balder has struggled this race. Coming home in P8. And you've got Bird. Alright, very nice sprint 1. Saw some good overtakes. I will now go get sprint number 2. Otherwise, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well on this Tuesday evening, I guess. Alright, sprint number 2. Hopefully it loads all of the liveries. I'll try not to look at the results. I try to avoid them as best as I can. Lovely PS4 taking its time. Alright, here we go. Now, did it load all of the liveries? It looks like it loaded the liveries. Yes, let's go. Alright, for those that are just joining us, we are here in Sprint 2, the reverse grid. And we have Al Rhino starting in P9 on medium tyres. Worked very well for him in Sprint 1. We'll try to do the same again in Sprint 2. We've got Disgusting Banana and P8 also on the medium tyres with Polish in P7. Also on the medium tyres. Tanuki starting in P6 on medium tyres as well. And Dr. Boxers opting for the same strategy. BPR in P4 on medium tyres. And Z3 in P3 on medium tyres as well. In P2 we have Balder on the soft tyres. And in pole position we have Bird on the medium tyres. So Balder being the only one on the soft tyre. Hope it will work out for him this time. But we will see. We have Bird, all of them coming onto the start finish line. The lights are on and it's lights out and away we go for Sprint 2 here in Abu Dhabi. Will Tanuki make a few early positions? Again, as in the background, I see El Rhino has spun. No, not El Rhino, Dr. Boxes from the start. What has happened here? Oh, it goes onto the dirty part of the track. Unfortunate for Dr. Boxes. Oh, not Dr. Boxes, sorry. Unfortunate for Polish. But Balder already with a great run on those soft tyres, going for P1 on turn 2. Z3 in P3 still. How early will he try and make a move? BPR and P4 is in the background. We have Disgusting Banana and Tanuki next to each other. As El Rhino now has a look to the inside on Tanuki. Tanuki not with the best start in that Citroen, makes a bit of contact. Oh no, it's Bird. What has happened to Bird? NP2. What has happened? Oh, gets taken out by Z3. Oh, look at that, off board. So Z3 just braked a little bit too late. And pushes Bird into the barrier. Unfortunate, but it allows BPR to go through to P2. Banana and P3, Dr. Boxes. Banana and P4, Dr. Boxes, P5. Dr. Boxes in the slipstream, moving everywhere, trying to find a gap. He goes for the inside line. El Rhino right behind. How close will he follow? Will he follow through with Dr. Boxes? Dr. Boxes on the inside, but just breaks a bit earlier than Disgusting Banana. Dr. Boxes. Oh, it's not El Rhino! Makes contact with Dr. Boxes! Oh no! El Rhino being a gentleman and waiting. But that is unfortunate. The two big guys in this race taking each other out. They're on board here with El Rhino. Just goes for a gap that doesn't have much space. Tags Dr. Boxes. But great sportsmanship there from El Rhino. Waiting and then Dr. Boxes keep his position, but they both fall down to last place. Polish. Yeah, Dr. Boxes has damage. Should be an easy move. Very unfortunate there. But this will might allow everyone else, someone new, to have a chance at the win. Balder has created a lovely gap at the start of this race. And now we've got Disgusting Banana and Z3 with two 296s. I imagine they're teammates, but the last time I made that accusation I was horribly wrong. So I'm just going to say the two new Ferraris really close to each other. Ooh, Disgusting Banana with a great exit to that corner, side by side, going down to the first turn. Z3 on the inside, but Disgusting Banana gets the move done before the corner. It goes very wide and loses the rear end. Oh my, all the leaders on having a horrible first few laps. Now, did he get collected by Z3, or did he just lose it on his own? It just looked like he lost it on his own. Well, this has created great drama. Anyone can win this race now. As El Rhino has a big moment there, right behind Dr. Boxes. How has he managed to keep that out of the wall? Great stuff. As now we've got Bird looking for a move on Disgusting Banana. Banana going deep at Bird. Has that narrow line, but looks like Banana has a good exit. Oh my, now El Rhino is really close to Dr. Boxes, and I can say the same for Polish and Bird. Anyone going to be brave on the brakes? Polish is going to be brave on the brakes, sending it, but just too far back to make a move. Dr. Boxes going a bit wide, allowing El Rhino to have the inside but Dr. Boxes has a really good exit. But Rhino as the slipstream. Dr. Boxes defending from Rhino. As Polish has a big moment there, big snap of oversteer. Just managing to save it. Another two Porsches are going side by side, but Polish gets the move done. Tokyo drifting it through the corner and still overtakes. Great driving there by Polish. That's all I can say. It's great driving. But this is some really good battles. Rhino and Dr. Boxes, the two big guys in the last two positions. But it's still early. Anything can happen as Polish again has a massive moment. And now Rhino has pulled alongside the outside into turn one of Dr. Boxes. These two are scrapping these bollards all over the track. Destroying the brake markers as Rhino loses the rear end and goes into the barrier. Does he just lose it on the curb? Oh my. Oh, just hits the curb. Oh, unfortunately for Rhino. But now Dr. Boxes is really close to Bird. Had a little thought of going for a move, but decided to stay back. However, have that slipstream, and he has had a really good exit. Goes to the inside line and should get this move done very, very easily. But Bird is hanging. The Mercedes isn't running away on the straights. Under braking. Dr. Boxes making the move stick on the inside. Very lovely move there from Dr. Boxes. I want to focus a bit more on these leaders. Balder has absolutely run away with this race on that soft tyre. Is this the redemption from race 1? I hope so for Balder. He has had a very rough season. Ooh, Polish going very wide, allowing Dr. Boxes to pull right behind him. Polish making quite a few mistakes here. Pressure might just be getting to him. Dr. Boxes really close behind. Where will he go for a move? Where can he find space to go for a move? Has a tiny look into the first corner, goes very narrow, but Polish with that rear engine Porsche has good acceleration. That goes a bit wide, allowing Dr. Boxes to have another look. Dr. Boxes also wants his redemption from the first sprint, but Polish is defending very nicely. Dr. Boxes carrying a lot of speed through the apex and now has the slipstream, but Polish has a really good exit. And Polish is great on the brakes here at this hairpin chicane, whatever you want to call it. Dr. Boxes is really getting impatient. He wants to get past. Trying to go for every single move he has an opportunity to go for. But Polish just staying ever so slightly in front every time. The first sprint, it was Polish hunting Dr. Boxes, and now it's Dr. Boxes hunting Polish. Will he go for a move? Just too far back, but Polish goes wide again, allowing Dr. Boxes to pull alongside, but he is on the outside, around these very tight corners. Just loses it. Sorry, just loses the pace. It has a look. Polish going a bit wide on the entry, but Polish still being able to stay in front. He's going wide on every corner, but it is allowing him to carry so much more speed. But the Dr. Boxers has a really good exit. He pulls to the inside, and does he get the move done into the first corner? Again, Polish just carrying so much speed. He's able to stay in front of Dr. Boxers. This is great defensive driving from Polish. That Porsche is just so good, carrying the speed all the way through. Dr. Boxers is trying everything, but Polish is just still in front. Really good defensive driving as Dr. Boxers goes a bit wide on the exit. I don't know if that's fast or slower. Polish has a tiny bit of breathing room on the straight, but now he has to focus all his attention back to Dr. Boxers, as if it wasn't already there. Oh, Dr. Boxers is so close to Polish. He is pushing so hard. But Polish is just the absolute Polish Minister of Defense. Dr. Boxers going a bit deep. That might allow him to have carry a bit more speed on the exit. A really good battle here for P6. Finally, Polish doesn't go too wide there and allows him to carry some good speed. Oh, Polish has a big slide, just managing to keep it out of the barriers, and this will allow Dr. Boxers to go through without any trouble. But he also gets half-second penalty. I want to have a look at that again. That was an insane save. Let's look over this camera. Oh, that is insane. So lucky to keep it out of the barrier and avoid damage, but gets penalty. The track limits in this game are quite stupid, honestly, but you know, I imagine you'd rather have a penalty than damage. Go back further in front, not much changing. Bowder's still with an absolute monster gap to P2. It's just run away with it. And is doing some really consistent lap times. BPR in P2. But Tanuki is catching. Citroen is really good. Might actually consider it for next season. But we shall see. BPR going a bit wide on the entry. Tanuki is just catching every single corner. He's really close. Might be too far back to go for a move, but definitely close enough so that BPR can sense his presence. BPR goes deep though. Tanuki on the inside, just too far back to make any major moves, but BPR is under pressure, under a lot of pressure. Z3 and Banana also. Z3 goes a bit wide and allows Banana to make an effortless pass, but Tanuki is really applying the pressure on BPR here. Having a really solid sprint 1, and if he continues this pace, is looking to have a really solid sprint 2. There's a good turn 2. BPR is just created a bit more of a gap in that last sector and beginning of the first sector. But Tanuki is there, and BPR knows it. A lot of defense. Yeah, it makes me nervous. From what I've seen, Rhino, Octoboxes, they have really good pace. I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to be in T2 next season. I've heard rumours that I might go to T1, which is definitely not scary at all. But we will see. I'm excited to see what presents itself next season, especially with a strong calendar. Really nice calendar. With finally some wet races, which I'm really looking forward to as well. But we will see. Still a few more weeks. Have to focus on the off-season event first. While I'm talking, Tanuki is catching and catching. Is really close, probably the closest he's been to BPR in the last few laps. Oh, BPR goes a bit wide. Tanuki just too far back though. Tanuki, that Citroen is so good on acceleration. Once again, Banana goes into the pit lane to be our first pit stopper of the evening. Well, of sprint 2. Oh, I see in this background, Rhino is also right behind Bird. Rhino on the comeback drive of the century. Bird going very deep there, allowing Rhino to make an easy pass. Dr. Boxes has caught up to Z3. Battle for P4 and the battle for P2 happening almost simultaneously. I'm going to keep an eye out on all of them. Tanuki with an absolute send into the hairpin. What a brilliant move from miles back. Completely caught BPR off guard. That is a brilliant overtake from the Brazilian. And also Dr. Boxes, while I was looking at that, Dr. Boxes has made a move on Z3. Also a really good send. Making a lovely move. And Tanuki and Dr. Boxes, two really good overtakes. Racecraft is shooting up here. Spalder probably makes his pit stop in the coming laps. Doing very well at this moment of time. Not much happening further back. Z3 is staying really close to two Dr. Boxes, and Paulish is also catching. Z3 and Dr. Boxes. But Paulish and Z3 both going into pits at the same time. Oh, who's going to come out in front? Z3 most likely. Rhino joining them in the pit lane, and Bird. A lot of the guys here choosing to box early at Dr. Boxes. Oh, not Dr. Boxes. Balder has decided to start for another lap on those soft tires. But he has a big gap, and his pace is looking good. Disgusting Banana comes out in P5, and Paulish has overtaken Z3 and Rhino. Z3 probably adding a lot of fuel there. Was that a miscalculation, or is he just not sure how much fuel he'll need? But he has a strong pace through the middle of the corner. But Rhino has a good exit. We might have another strong battle here for P6. close to each other. But El Rhino so strong on the brakes. El Rhino is really catching. He has a lot less fuel than Polish. So on paper he has a fast car. But Polish has proven his defense in this race. Balder finally deciding to come into the pit lane. Doing a very nice job so far. Oh, Polish goes deep though, allowing El Rhino to make an easy pass. Definitely not what Polish would have wanted. Oh, Polish hits the barrier. Lucky not to pick up any damage from that. El Rhino goes through to P6. BPR and Dr. Boxes in the pit lane. Balder comes out in P2, just a little bit behind Tanuki. Really nicely done there. BPR gets over, discussing Nono with a great undercut on BPR, moving to P3. BPR in P4. Dr. Boxes P5. Well, that leaves a question of where will Tanuki come out and when will he decide to pit. Pace is really consistent for Tanuki. Medium time is going very well. Everyone kind of in a slipstream train here. El Rhino is catching Dr. Boxes. The battle they had at the start of the race will now continue. Sitting the fastest middle sector of the race so far on that soft tyre. He is pushing to get that P5. Tanuki now comes into the pit lane. Where will he come out though? That is the question. Sending it through that corner, second last corner, carrying a lot more speed than Dr. Boxer. Sets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:54.7. Tanuki comes out in P3, but it might be close between him and BPR. BPR carrying a lot more speed, of course, but Tanuki has the on-track position and should keep that podium position for now. We'll go back to El Rhino and Dr. Boxes. Oh, Dr. Boxes really braking late there. Going a bit wide, he will have a good exit. Ooh, has a big snap of oversteer on the exit of that hairpin. He's in the slipstream. He is catching and catching. How much will Dr. Boxes defend? El Rhino to the inside. Gets a move done under braking, but Dr. Boxes has been so strong through this chicane. El Rhino has a good exit and will keep the position for now. Balder having a lonely race in P1, which is obviously the dream that he has wanted. Doing a very nice job controlling the pace. Well, we might have an interesting fight here. It looks like BPR is catching Tanuki, and El Rhino and Dr. Boxes are not too far behind as well. What has happened to Z3? I just saw that he has fallen so far back. Well, this has happened so long ago. I am very lost now. apologies. More forward. Right here. Alright. Rhino is really pushing. Sets another fastest lap of the race. Dr. Boxes isn't letting Rhino run away. He is still right behind him. And they are both catching BPR. A podium is still possible for El Rhino. After the heartbreak he's had at the start of this race. It's never over till it's over. Just keep setting fastest first sectors. Now in the slipstream of BPR. Still quite a way back. But he will hope that BPR maybe makes a mistake on entry. BPR going very wide. El Rhino had a bit of a look there. But BPR goes wide, almost losing the rear end. This will allow El Rhino to have a really good run. BPR choosing to go with the inside line. El Rhino forced to go to the outside. How much will BPR defend? How late will he brake? El Rhino under braking, they make contact. El Rhino sliding through the corner, but gets the move done. Well, not, he keeps the position. BPR and P5. Now Dr. Boxes has the inside line also. Easily done for Dr. Boxes, taking advantage of that contact made from BPR and El Rhino. And now El Rhino has its sights set on Tanuki, and Tanuki has his sights set on Banana. We might have a really good battle in the coming laps. Only 4 more laps to go till the end of this race, and the podium is currently being taken up by Banana and Tanuki, but El Rhino and Dr. Boxes are really pushing. Ooh, Dr. Boxes going a bit wide there, might get a penalty. He does get half-second penalty. Alright, that might allow BPR, if BPR can stay with them, might be able to regain P5. But he will have to really be pushing. Alright, he knows a podium is still possible. He knows it. Tanuki knows that a P2 is possible. He is catching disgusting Banana. Alright, we'll go with BPR. Will he be able to make a move on Dr. Boxes? Doesn't look like it. Dr. Boxes is putting a nice gap. Probably about a second. Maybe 2 seconds. Nicely done there by Dr. Boxes. Just looks like disgusting Banana has created a bit of a gap, extending a little bit. But Tanuki is really catching. If you look at lap times wise, almost 2 seconds faster on the last lap. There's yellow Citroen. Is pushing. Disgusting Banana. Slightly faster, about a second fast on the last lap. But Tanuki is still there. Ooh, El Rhino going very wide. And Dr. Boxes, not again. Not again. Dr. Boxes. This Merc has been so unforgiving. Was looking to finally get a decent result, and has bent it around the first corner. So unfortunate. The pace, like I said earlier, the pace is there, but the car has just been so unforgiving. And now Tanuki really close. He's catching and catching. Only a few more laps to go, so if he wants to make a move, it's gonna have to be soon, and this might be his closest chance yet. So close in the slipstream, right on the rear bumper of Disgusting Banana. How far? He goes to the inside. Banana's not leaving him any room. How far alongside is he? Banana going a bit wide. Tanuki has the inside line though. Banana should keep it for now, but Tanuki still has his nose. He still has his nose in there. Disgusting Banana with some really good defense, but he goes a bit slower than Tanuki. Tanuki tried to have a look at the next corner, but just stays a bit far back. Oh, Disgusting Banana must be feeling so much pressure. His tyres are not looking very good. And this problem with pitting so much earlier than your opponent. You have about 2 more laps to go of Sprint 2 here in Abu Dhabi. Just Disgusting Banana making a little bit of contact with the wall there. But he doesn't have any grip, it looks like. Tanuki is really pushing. Banana will try to defend as much as he possibly can. And all of this happening, it looks like El Rhino is starting to catch a little bit. Now Tanuki in the slipstream. Banana moving very early to defend that inside line. Trying to break the slipstream a little bit. Tanuki is catching and catching. Will he send it? Has a bit of a look. But Disgusting Banana breaks a bit later. Now, onto the next back straight. Banana is really trying everything to break that slipstream. But Tanuki is still behind. He is catching every single second of this race. Has another look, but just stays behind. Banana has done some really good defending. And Tanuki is doing some really good attacking. Again, just had another little look. And Tanuki is so close. I imagine he's getting a little bit impatient now. He knows that he has to make a move in the next coming few corners. As we now go and start the final lap of this race. This is going to be a last lap shootout. Tanuki squeezes to the inside. Disgusting Banana not leaving any space, but Tanuki brakes earlier to avoid an incident, allowing Banana to have a better exit. But Tanuki is still there. He is still there, and he is not giving up. The Brazilian is trying everything to get this P2. His next grid overtaking spot will be down to the hairpin chicane. How good of an exit can he get compared to Disgusting Banana? Has a bit of a wiggly exit. And Banana moving incredibly early to defend the hairpin. Weaving everywhere to break that slipstream. Tanuki is catching. He is so close. He can taste P2, and El Rhino is arriving on the scene. El Rhino can taste a podium if he plays his cards right. Tanuki really close now, going down to the long left-hander. How much space is Banana going to allow him? He will have to go to the outside. He does go to the outside. How much? Ooh, Banana goes deep, allowing Tanuki to cut through to the inside and gain P2, but Tanuki goes deep on the exit. Oh, Disgusting Banana has a nose in, but Tanuki just stays in front. Does Banana? Tanuki goes wide before the first corner. Just getting in, but goes. Oh my word, there's so much happening. Tanuki going wide. Gets half-second penalty. No, El Rhino was up to P3. Does he get P2 as well? This has worked brilliantly in El Rhino's favour. Tanuki will be heartbroken. El Rhino will be delighted. Balder comes across to win the race. I believe it's his first of the season. But Disgusting Banana doing absolute brilliant defense. Coming home in P2, El Rhino in P3 will be delighted with a comeback. Tanuki will be heartbroken with P4. BPR coming home in P5. Dr. Boxes in P6. Z3 in P7. And 2 Porsches going hammer and tongs across the line. P8 for Polish and P9 for Bird. My oh my. What a crazy race that was. Some great defensive driving from Disgusting Banana. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Poor Tanuki will be heartbroken. Tanuki had everything to lose there. And just didn't work out in his favour. But Balder, well done to Balder. I think that's probably his first win of the season, if I'm not mistaken. So very nicely done there. Let me just get the driver the championship. Alright. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Alright, so with that race, El Rhino will come home to win the championship, would be the T3 champion after a brilliant season, winning 6 races total. 6 out of, what's that, like 14 races, I think. Doing very nicely with 214 points. So well done to El Rhino. In B2 we have Disgusting Banana for 163 points. In P4 we have Balder with 158 points. P3 Balder, sorry. Banana P2, Balder P3. Dr. Boxers in P4 with 155 points. So at the time of this race, there is still a really big championship fight for P2. Let me just go to the Teams Championship. Team Snail Trail lead by 257 points, with Team Spin City in P2. Oh wait, what's... Alright, so Balder, you have screwed up the championship rankings here, mate. Team Ferrari, the 296 Ferraris, should be in P2 with 254 points. Only 3 points behind Team Snail Trail and Team Spin City in P3 with 232 points. So 3 points in the Constructors Championship at the time of this race. I will try to do the last race of the season sometime this week. But yeah, I'll try. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Groove. Glad you guys enjoyed it. If you guys are new, like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next race. Alright, cheers everyone. Bye bye.